Pleasant evening to each and everyone in the entire universe, friends, all, and enemy alike. Today I base my episode on three things that you, the ordinary people, should not get involved in. First, to begin with, is religion. Second, politics and politicians, those together. And corrupt preachers, which is religion, by the way. So, my friends, it is very hard for us to sit down to discuss this at the 21st century. As we all are aware of what is taking place in the entire universe, east, west, north, and south, there's not a nation without a problem. First, to begin with, politicians and preachers go hand in hand. And the politicians use the preachers to use the good books to lie to you, to confuse you, and to endorse them and to get you to vote for them. Why am I saying this? It was the preachers who used you, the ordinary, hungry, belly, uneducated fools, to vote for corrupt politicians. People who only concerned about themselves with false promises. They promise you heaven, but they don't have a key for their own house or the car that people drive them around with. Friends, enough is enough. This is the 21st century, where the eyes of the world has been opened. We heard from generation to generation, from the Bible to the Quran to the Ramayana, is all about war and rhetoric of war and more war. In the days of our own bows, spear and bows and sling and shot, today is guns and bombs and drones. Think of it, friends. Today, you, the modern generation, you are better off than 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. First, to begin with, if you're a Hindu, you do not like Muslim, or Muslim don't like Hindus or Christian. All of you have a nomination not to like each other. If all of you believe in one God, why it's a problem whether a man call his God Allah, the other one call his own Bhagwan, and the other one says God. The only religion that is different from the other with the name of the saint is Hinduism and Christianity, which is the same thing. Muslims call upon Abraham, Adam and Eve. They call upon Noah, Jacob, they call upon all the prophets, but in different names. The name of Jesus is Isa. The name of Moses is Musa and Abraham. The name of Adam and Eve is there. What become of Adam's other wife? Answer that. And coming down to the final, the difference between you, the Christian, and the Muslim is that they believe in the last messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, as they say. Moses was a warrior. Lord, the Lord drowned the world and only saved 8 and a pair of every living things. But yet for all, we today are condemning religion and people who are supporting or praying. If you believe in God, whether it is written in French, Hebrew, Urdu, or whatever, or Greek, or Jewish, we are calling upon the same unseen God. It's not a different God, it's only different name and different way of worshiping. But what is the biggest obstacle is calling upon Him and doing the opposite. Asking Him for favor, but we refuse to do what is right for our brothers and sisters and exploit them, enslave them, and then we are calling upon the Messiah, the great God of the universe. And Hinduism is Krishna, Ram and Sita, Hanuman, and all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow will be a festival of the Hindus. Some people say that is something to do with the beginning of spring or the beginning of something, or some feast for some good things. Muslims believe in Eid, fasting. The great Christians do the same. But it comes a time that when politics get involved, corruption take a headway for a few silver. You sell your mother, your brother, your sisters, and your daughters, and you sell your neighbors. And who knows it better? Let's go down into the historical event. I heard from historians that Jesus was black, Muhammad was black, Moses was black, Abraham was black, Adam and Eve was black. Well, friends, then we all came from Adam and Eve offspring. And maybe Cain offspring. And whether we like it or not, I still ask, we hear these words steady, white man and black man. Where is the green, the blue, the yellow, and the purple? You mean God only made two colors? I traveled 87 major countries and islands. I don't count. I have never seen a white man nor a black man. There's European, Africans, Indian, Chinese, and others between. Call them indigenous. But they rule by dangerous people. Take the blacks who came out of Africa. But before I get into that, I want to ask my African historian, if Jesus was black, Muhammad was black, Noah was black, Adam and Eve are black, who give them the problem make Moses had to throw the commandment into their face? And who was the Pharaoh? Was they Chinese? Or the East Indian descendant? Or the indigenous people? Or were they European? It had to be we, the black people themselves. So who? You didn't listen to God as we great-grandmother Eve. When she was told not to eat the apple, she take it and give it to Adam, which is a Nancy story, man. Because it seems like she eat the apple and the world seen the apple tree dead. What was from the beginning will be to the ending, ladies and gentlemen. The grain, the sand, the rocks, the water, the Jews, the stars, and the skies, and the east, west, north, and south. You mean that that apple does not exist? Or well, just something to throw, to distort you from the truth? So come off of all this bullshit teaching. Believe in your God and look at your brothers and sisters or your neighbors around you. For those are all you have. You cannot speak and live by yourself. We are divided by languages and culture. There's no such thing as a black man and a white man. There's the green, the blue, and the yellow, and the purple. But coming back, politicians will lie to you. They will give you music, actors and actresses to sing and dance for you, while they collect hundreds of thousands or millions, depends on part of the world they are in, to gather a crowd to party and dance. What message did they give to you? A bottle of beer, some money because you're hungry? Some food and false promises that can never change a modern-day politician? And they use the priest in the congregation, in the mosque, in the Hindu mandir, and in the temples to vote for them. And when you put them, there's only priest benefit with them because he's tax-free. And he get paid to keep the sheep in the paddock, or the cows or the goats in the pasture. So when they're ready for you, throw some food again, and there you run out voting for what your pastor tell you to do. So ladies and gentlemen, I have heard this around the world and out of Africa. I'm going to deal with you, the race, the African descendant. The white man slave you, the black man. I got your blood in me. The white man slaved the black man. He was also a slave. I wonder who slaved him. Was it the black man? Was it the Arab who mixed with other races, Mongolians, Indian, and blacks? And the Quran and the Bible got it, and maybe the Torah. Today we are seeing injustice all over the world. Pakistan, on the train, fighting and killing one another. Syria, every part of the world. I see Argentina, and all over in Africa, there is problem. We see Ukraine and Russia. We see Israel and Palestine. But who's right and who's wrong? But there's one nation on the face of this earth never wrong. Sometime I ask, are they the disciple of the living God? Or are they the chosen people by him himself? So we are garbage. One says shalom, the other one says salam, and the world is an alarm because of them too. And the word of the UN is condemning the crime around the world. But we could lock up black people, brown people. We could exile some others who we don't like. But when coming to reality to deal with the crime before our eyes, thanks to the cell phone, nobody doing anything. We have seen protests. People are fighting for humanity, and they are being blamed as terrorist organizers. But when I stand up for the West, for Britain, for Canada, for Australia, or European country to be exact, or America, I am a freedom fighter. Sometimes we have to be careful with how we say these words. Today, who killed Jesus? It was an election. When the first casting of a vote to elect good over evil. The pastors then bribed the hungry belly people. When a governor by the name of Pontius Pilate, risked his life in the days of Rome, he could have been lost his head, or feeding to lions, or crocodiles. Friends, it was a vote that put Jesus on the cross and bring a criminal named Barabbas out of prison. From that day to now, that is the method politicians use. But Pontius Pilate was a decent, humble, honest leader. Today, the whole third world, I urge my black brothers come out of white man slavery, out of Africa, where many of your billionaires, you're involving in music, acting, actress, and actors, kicking soccer, making millions, blowing saxophone. Do you want to go back 300 years into Stone Age and jungle walking naked? Even though the world is 24th century, there's still a lot of our brothers living in the jungle in Africa and don't even speak a proper language, but they have their own language and dialect. And India, and maybe in China. We have seen in Latin and South America. We have seen in Latin and South America the same thing. When will we come to understand, friends, that what we don't understand we should say? Right? And if so be the case, if we are in trouble, why don't we go back to Mother Africa or India? Because this is what is happening right now. Who is Trump? He's not black. He's not a Chinese. He's not an Indian. But he's calling for peace against the two white race. Ukraine versus Russia. They're calling for ceasefire from Israel versus the Palestinians. But what is going on? Nobody seems to understand what's going on. But we are politicians. According to information, it's alleged some country give millions of dollars worth of condom into country for women and men to have sex without delivering children. But in a Muslim country, you cannot do that. So the population gets big, and since they cannot use the condom, the best way to do is to get rid of them. That's the way I see it, or poison them. Friends, when will we stop killing one another and stop this thing but white man slavers? When the Bible begins to condemn, and God allowed it. Even one of the prophets was sold, and he could have interpreted dreams, they claim. And many more was even feeding to animals. But we out of Africa and India, the two major races in the West Indies, in the America, this is what happened. Ask the millionaires, the black brothers and sisters out of Africa, and the Indians out of India. What did they send back to Mother India and Africa to help their hungry family? Because they were kidnapped and sold to the European. He didn't go there and pick them up. He himself was a slave in Europe. You should cut out the king's head. They should cut out the head, leader head in the village and put it on a stick for the villagers to see. Rape the woman. A man is an animal, will never satisfy. When will we draw the line and stop it? That is why I said, any race, which is a human race, but you want to go to color. If a white man marry a black woman, give you an award. If a black man marry a white woman or a Chinese and mix up, give them an award. It is bringing humanity and getting rid of the ignorantness of black and white. It's only two color God make. You hear? It's only two color God make. Friends, if you're going to follow this illiterate teaching, it's better you don't have children to carry your sin, which is your cross. Come on, man. In the name of God, I ask you, when will you stop this nonsense? Please, when? Everybody got problem, man. In the whole West Indies, who's ruling it? In the whole Central and South America, from Mexico to Argentina, is an indigenous race land. But what the people say? You know what they say? What's what white America do? They kill out the native. Well, if you will justify your brother crosses for you, then I can murder 10 people and blame you for it. And you should get the cross, not me. Try and stop to justify your brother crime and leave yours. Please, accept your crime. Your brother will fetch his cross and his sin and his punishment. Do you want to take it for him? No. That is why I said you cannot trust politicians. The most cruel, dignified killer. They are worse than Judas of the 24th century. Look at little Guyana. According to information, a man by the name of Mr. Mohammed, helping the poor, a billionaire. And he was told by some government official, they claim, it's alleged, and I have to say that steady, he must not do it. But according to the internet, again it's alleged, the president's wife been doing it. Friends, what is right and what is wrong? And who is right and who's wrong? Are they trying to get you to vote for them? You tried the PNC in Guyana with Burnham. He was a good spokesman. I give him credit for that. But he was a blasted good thief also. Look at the president, Dr. Jagan, a traitor. Judas the Carrot and Burnham the Barabbas. Look at Peter de Geer, the man who put the country to independence by joining a coalition with the black people. What they turn back and do to the Portuguese. And you Indian, well, you had a right. You break up their vehicle. You cost the Portuguese. How they put the black man in power. Friends, we didn't put black people in power. We put a human in power because we didn't believe in communists. Because none of you Indians like communism. Okay? Because you wouldn't have survived. Thief in a line, they would have done execute your ass. But between the two major races, the black people are more lenient, loving and kind, and never forget kindness. But you Indian, you are the one who don't accept the truth and do not want it to fulfill what people have done for you. It's a two-way street. In family, you're killing your own, fighting for land, money, beating and killing, putting your daughter in suitcase and killing her over a man, and poisoning and beating your wife. Young people, I call upon you in the name of God to stand up. And no government in no country can stop you from giving charity. And I want to make it clear, nobody owns Guyana. Is an Amerindian African country. India belongs to Indians, Africa belongs to Africans. And Portugal belongs to Portuguese, but the Portuguese is not a problem. Or the Chinese. Well, the mixed race can't go no way. And then suddenly you must accept your identity. You were born in Guyana. You are the descendant of India, Africa, China, and Portugal. Only the two of you. One emancipated but not constipated. The other one arrived but not divided. What's going on? Two hypocrites. But your children will answer the call. Today, we are watching so many things. And who is the president? Barry Jack Neal? Mr. Ali? I saw Mr. Norton. I saw Mr. Hughes all talking, and yes, that's good. But there are some people in APNU and PNC should not be running for Guyana to be a leader. I have a picture and an audio for Brooklyn when Ramatar was the president. I ain't ready to release the audio. I released the picture. And I have a message for corrupt judges, magistrates, and police. Whatever crime you committed against an innocent man, woman, or child, regardless of their race or the affiliation of religion or party policy, you shall answer it. And if you die, your children shall bear your cross, my friend. George Correa, said it because the Bible said so. You hear? We could live in peace or we could die in pieces. Today in the United States, we have the Democrat, we have the Republican. We have seen so many wrong things happen on the side of both parties. But I want to ask, between the Republican and the Democrat, which government between the two overthrow more African nations and Arabs and Latin and South America and even some in the Caribbean to compare with the Democrat and the Republican? Today, Mr. Donald J. Trump is not a politician, but a businessman. He has a vision for prosperity and calling for unity, but they pass him through a lot of problems. Accusation upon accusation. They will attempt 2 or 3 times on his life. And today, when he speaks the way he spoke, everybody get angry. Well, if you hit a lion, how you want him to say, "Thank you, Jesus"? Or you lock up an innocent man, you want his family need to say, "Thank you, brother"? No, friend. No. None of you see God. I want you all to ask you a question when you meet him. God, you never hurt us. We never see you or the devil. But why you drum the wall and only say, "Wait"? Imagine if somebody have done God what they're doing to Trump. Or what they're doing Guyana to other people innocently when they lock up and to the Rodney when they kill. What God would have done to them. Friend, stop being naive and corrupt and accept your fault. Stop listening to your great uncle because they got a PhD and a history thing and they're professors. They're nothing but a pack of professors shit. Okay? They're all corrupt, they're thieves, they're liars. Mr. Mohammed is doing good for Guyana by helping the poor. Okay? Suddenly I heard from the Vice President and others, it's alleged, about the U.S. problem of sanction. Well, if the man commit the crime in America, he have a right to be sanctioned and jailed, if so be the case. But if the gold is from Guyana, and he was bringing it to America and selling it, is America will have the gold in the country or in the vault. So that have to be ironed out by the United States and Mr. Mohammed. Not the Guyana government, who is aware of what happened. They were not aware of it before. He was with them. According to information is alleged. But black people, you have something about the Indian. You are more loving and kind. You are more accepting to the truth. But Indian, you are so ungrateful. You turn against the hands of the people who feed you, who rescue, who try to embrace you. You want to fight for land that don't belong to you, like the Ali and Mr. Mohanlal who black her down. Well, Mr. President Ali, why not take Mohanlal from Canaan who black a fucking road and send it to black Venezuela? And I'll let that 3 bag of something to put a wall. You got great people can do it, but y'all seen it? Y'all are jokers. You got Ali in Bagaston Latry. And you got Mohanlal on Canaan. And you got them corrupt judge and magistrate and police with a stake bribe. Send them there to be defense minister. By the border and the gate when Mohanlal built it and Mr. Ali put the wall. Ali can put a wall between Venezuela and Guyana and between Suriname and New River with Guyana. And Mr. Mohanlal can put the gate if I want to go through, come through, because he look like he's untouchable. But the sins of your creatures shall fall upon your children. Plenty of you gonna eat your filth, and plenty of you Indian who take bribe, and bribing these corrupt black police, who believe you got a gun and I use Django and Clint Eastwood. Let it be known to y'all, no crime shall go unpaid. And for you fly-by-night surveyor, they're taking bribe to deny people who hire you to do the job because of bribe. And you people pulling out people surveying poll, let it be known to you, Guyana shall and will produce a good leader. Okay? Why we need black people and Indian to rule Guyana? Why? Why is not an Amerindian? Who rule in India? Nodi. Who rule in India, Bharat? Who rule in India, Mr. Ali? Who rule in Pakistan, Bangladesh? What kind of race? And what kind of people? India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, all is the same India. But divided by religion, you same people can't come together as one. Do we expect all of you to come together with a different race? Different religion? When Modi says India is only for Hindus and are beating and killing the Muslim, you shameless creature, will you come up, y'all dancing, partying, and the bloody hungry belly fools don't see that y'all are worse than Judas? And Mr. Norton, by the will of God I ask you, know what you're doing and accept that the PNC is the racial party and the PPP is corrupt and they're prepared to give back y'all the revenge what y'all done to them. And the Burnham, you know how many Indian women was raped by black? You know how many advantage was taken them? But the Indian do it by the money. Paisa, Mahobat, you hypocrites. They got an old saying, do for do is not obia. Okay? You kill mine, I go kill yours, right, Ramtatan? You jail mine, boy, you better get that effing paper from your man who says that my son play guilty. Shamin Mohammed, drink poison. Harshman has Ramdat, drink poison. Let your children them know the crime y'all commit, and for those who pay y'all to do that, and the Providence Police, those black people who call themselves God-fearing, I wish they are crippled. And y'all talking about justice, but when we speak like this, we don't like black people. We don't like India. No. We don't like your bloody behavior. Will you all wrap up with a snake in your bed? Will you wrap up with a hyena in your bed? Or a lion or a tiger? You mean to tell me some of these animals also got better understanding than you? Times have changed, friends. I call upon the world to wake up. Let Trump do what he has to do, and let us see what will become the outcome. But one thing I can say, I don't blame him for putting the criminals out, rapists and killers, and many people, while the American people themselves are suffering when the illegal are coming here and getting every help, and they are turning and do bad. No, not all of them, but most of these countries, Latin and South America and Africa, the government was overthrown and backed by the colonial people, European descendants. I won't say black. And you black people who kill for power, you're only a fool. And you police in Guyana and Third World and other places who are killing for politicians and corrupt businessmen, I hope you know they are not the only one who they already tell 200 people who know about you. Where are you going? They're going to poison you, make accident, or when they're done, they can't find you. Think. So I urge the mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters, if you got a son, a father, anybody doing that, talk to them. And pack up your clothes or walk away and leave them, because it's only a matter of time. The people who hire them and they do their work, they can come to silence all of you. Save yourself and family. Let's unite and make this world a better place for humanity. Let's stop the killing from Ukraine to Israel, from Africa to India to Pakistan and wherever stand. I hope you people understand and unite. The only difference of us is languages, culture, and religion. But we are human that was created by the hands of God as man and woman. Let's unite for God's sake and show love and put the hatred behind. Unite and go forward. And every Guyanese deserve land to build house. Okay? And money to build it. Not give them like if they're young children. The money don't believe to Barrett Jackdio and Ali and others. The parents do it too. And don't make nobody tell you. People say, oh, they're the thief. Bonner was the biggest thief. Well, he became the second richest black man in the late 70s and 80s. Let me hear you all talk about that. I'm a mixed race and a both race in me. Just answer me. But every crime that was committed against us, you might kill us, you know, but who's behind us? May God dig your grave and try to turn you in the come. Only I don't want it to start. I want to get a fair trial. All right? I would hang my mother, my children, my brother for crime. And they can do the same for me if I commit the crime. With this, I rest it in the name of God Peace be unto all of you. Nothing personal. Thank you.